What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome back to the Divine Feminist by Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. We're going to go ahead and pick our channel title. What is the title of the reading we are going to expand upon today, friends? Let's find out. Here we go. What is this? What is this? What is this? Oh, come on. Oh. It says this energy shift will change your relationship with everything. Let's find out how that is going to happen. I'll be right back as soon as I clean up this mess, friends. Here we go. Okay, let's just pop right in and get started. So if this energy shift is going to change your relationship with everything, we first need to know, what's this energy shift really about? Okay, so that's going to be our first question here. If you want to connect to this reading or offer some energy exchange, please feel free to do so. You can do it by liking the reading or maybe just like popping your favorite ice cream flavor. Let's do that. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? While I'm shuffling, let me know in the comments. It's a big debate. I like moose tracks, just so anyone knows. But anyways, what is this energy shift really all about, please, Spirit? Well, my besties give me ice cream advice in the comments. Okay. What is it? What is it? Okay. Okay. 10 of Wands. I see you. I see you with 10 of Wands and Temperance. Okay. 2 of Swords. Let's get one more and then I'll tune into the, oh, 2 more is coming out. I'll tune into the message. All right. I love seeing the Empress in our readings. I absolutely do. Okay. Let me tune in. Okay. So right away when it was like, yo, I see you, I see what's been going on, and I'll tell you about the energy shift. So in a nutshell, I will break it down, but in a nutshell, you are literally turning your pain, your stress, into something very powerful for yourself. You're like a freaking alchemist, okay? So let me break it down. The 10 of Wands, okay, yeah, you're carrying a lot. You have been carrying a lot. It's like emotional overlord. Sorry. An emotional overload is what I really meant to say, but apparently, I mean, it could be. Maybe you were dealing with an emotional overlord. And it was just getting to be all a bit too much. Okay, anyway, it's definitely energetic burnout here. And probably expectations that were placed on you. They weren't even yours to begin with. It's all been really stacking up, okay? And here's the thing. Spirit says, you don't have to carry it anymore, okay? It's not even yours. Put it down. This energy shift is really about you releasing some of this weight, not dragging it into your next chapter. Just because you've gotten used to the heaviness doesn't mean you got to carry it. Okay. So put it down, especially if it's something that isn't yours or if you were dealing with an emotional overlord. Oh my God. Okay. Now Temperance here, sitting just nestled in right nicely here, right next to that burnout. Okay. It's showing you that you're basically finally done. Okay. You're done carrying that heavy load. You're figuring out how to take this pain, this stress, this burnout, just all of the crap here and turn it into something powerful, right? I like to say Temperance is like, it reminds me of using your pain for power, using your pain for mission fuel. Okay. Not only that, but you are finding your balance again. You're finding your peace. And you are alchemizing. Okay. You are the alchemist. So you're turning lead into gold, turning a crappy experience into something good for you. Okay. It's really just not moving on. It's healing in real time. Okay. You're doing the healing in real time, of course. But with the 2 of Swords and the 4 of Cups, it's like there has been this kind of numbing out moment. Okay. Maybe you've been feeling like a little bit stuck or a little bit like, I don't know what to do. None of this is really like hitting the way it used to. Or that maybe the energy is sitting still, you know. I feel like it was actually your nervous system slowing down. So like long enough so that you could choose you again. Okay. You were just almost like in recovery mode, maybe doing a little bit too much, like binging on your favorite like shows or something just to kind of tune out and just kind of recover. I don't know. Like it feels like you were needing to really like give your nervous system, a little reset moment. Okay. So whatever, however you do that, it's going to be different for everyone. And here we have the Empress, right? I love ending on the Empress. Okay. I love it so much. This is literally you embracing and remembering who you really truly are. Okay. You're nurturing yourself. You're creating this new way forward here that actually feels good for you. And so you're shifting from like survival mode into, you know what? I deserve to feel soft and safe and supported. Okay. And this is really like a real glow up. All right. So yeah, I mean, this energy shift is really about turning that pain into peace, into power, choosing yourself when you used to choose maybe silence or, you know, I just feel like you're finally making space for this version of you that doesn't need to carry everything to prove your worth. All right. So, very, very powerful, very, very beautiful stuff here. I'm really loving this reading so much already. But let's move on to the second question here. What part of you are you letting go of? What part of you are you letting go of? Okay, I can't speak today. It's kind of funny. I can, but yeah, that's so funny. Emotional overlord. Oh my gosh. It's even hard to say overlord. Anyways, what part of you are you letting go of? The Hanged One. Okay, okay. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, we had two. The Lovers and the Knight of Wands. Oh, goodness. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have Six of Wands. Well, I'll tell you one thing before I tune in. The Six of Wands means that you've already released it, so just hang on. This is actually kind of a funny answer to our question, like what part of yourself are we still needing to release or something like that. And it's so funny, like whatever it is or whatever it was, okay? This answer here with these cards, like you've already moved through it, okay? This isn't the beginning of your healing journey. It's literally the aftermath, okay? So the energy I'm picking up here is like, I already did the hard part. I just didn't realize how far I'd come. I've already kind of been there, done that, you know? With the Hangman kicking us off, you know, it tells me that you were kind of stuck in this place for a while. Okay. So maybe you felt like you had to wait it out or things were just moving so slowly that it felt like nothing was happening at all. But really, that paused. It changed everything. Okay. It changed everything. You saw things differently. And that shift in perspective was literally the moment that everything started turning. Okay. That's when the tide started turning, right? The Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers, I feel like this is really about you. At first, when I saw the Lovers and the Knight of Wands, I was like, oh, not that person. But I'm not reading it like for them. Okay. I'm not reading it for them. I'm reading it for you. You've already gotten through what you needed to get through here. Let's just turn the tides back onto you for a minute. This is telling me that you were steady. Okay. It was slow, right? But you were committed to your growth. Okay. You made choices that literally honored you. Even if it was like, again, so super slow. Maybe it didn't make sense to anyone else. It doesn't really matter because you're showing up for yourself here and you stuck with the process. And that's not nothing, bestie. It's literally you healing. Like, again, this is all like very real time. It feels like it's now. So this is where we are with the Knight of Wands, the now and the Six of Wands. I kind of split it up, right? Because I'm feeling that you know, this is where you're finally letting go of the old pattern, okay, that stuck version of you who was like waiting for this clarity, for this closure, or for someone to meet you halfway. You're definitely not waiting anymore. You're moving, okay? So you're letting go of hesitation. You're letting go of having to prove yourself. You're letting go of anything that made you doubt your power, okay? So in all honesty, like you've already won. The shift has happened. Okay. So the part of you that used to stay stuck or second guess yourself, like, you know, that part of you is in the rear view mirror. All right. This is a new version of you. And it's one that's moving super fast, living loud. You know, I feel like you're collecting wins. And that's going to be your full-time job from now on. Okay. That's what you do. When someone says, oh, what do? You say, oh, I collect wins. That's what I do. Okay, that's the vibe here. I love it. I love that this, like, I just love these friggin' messages so much. So let's continue forward. All right. What relationships or which relationships are being affected the most right now in your life? What relationships are being affected the most right now by this shift? Okay, this shift that has happened within you. Okay, your relationship perhaps to your own internal dialogue here with that, yeah, with the Eight of Swords, the Hermit, the Six of Cups, the Six of Swords. Look, we've got 666, and you know what? That is not the mark of the beast. Sixes are so beautiful. It's like harmony, balance, all of the good things. So just so you know, I love when we see sixes. If anyone wants to do the thing and pop like 666 and put like master number meaning or angel number meaning, and then like report back in the comments and let us know, because I'm telling you, it's a beautiful number sync and it is not evil. Okay. Oh my gosh, Becky. Okay. As I literally turn the deck and there's the devil, like, haha, spirit, thank you. That's funny. I said it's not the devil, and here it is. Oh my God. Oh, so funny. Hold on. Let me tune in. Okay. So, yeah, just as I suspected here at the beginning, when we're asking spirit, like, which relationships are shifting the most right now, the first answer is your relationship with you, like your inner voice, the mental spiral, like that version who second guessed everything, right? And maybe overthought every single friggin' text message and kept themselves super small because you didn't want to rock the boat. Yeah, that version of you has been escorted off the premises. Goodbye. No more. So it's really great here to see this together, because this is you seeing your self-imposed limitations. Okay. The ways that you have been like mentally stuck or just looping, going on a loop, keeping yourself quiet maybe, or, you know, it's you really finally realizing like, wait a minute, I don't have to live like this. I don't got to listen to that voice. We're flipping the script. We're flipping the script. Okay. And then of course we get hit with the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords and that freaking devil card sitting there all smug. Okay. Like, okay. This is basically like, hey, you know, remember me? Spirit was really being very, very playful with that one, because yeah, of course the whole 666 thing gets like super demonized, but in reality, that number, like I said, it's about peace, harmony, healing, divine balance. Like, it's literally your guides waving at you like, you're doing great, sweetie. Keep centering your peace. Like, keep going. Yeah, I mean, that Six of Cups, it does bring up the past, like old friendships, childhood stories, even past lovers, okay, might start resurfacing, like either in your memories or like knocking on your door, literally showing up. But now with the Six of Swords, you're moving forward. Like, you're not getting stuck. Like, you're not getting sucked back in, I should say. Just because something feels familiar to you, like familiar does not equal healthy anymore. And I mean, with the devil, it's just this kind of cheeky reminder, right? Of where you used to be hooked, right? Those old patterns, the trauma bonds, being addicted to chaos, drama, approval, control, whatever it was for you. This time, you're not feeding it. You are seeing it, you're naming it, and you're consciously choosing peace instead. So to wrap this up, the relationships that are most affected are your relationship with yourself, okay, first and foremost. Any connections tied to the past that used to hold power over you, no more. And honestly, anything or anyone who benefits from you being unsure of your worth, like, they're all getting the same memo. Like, you are not the same anymore. Okay. You are not the same. You are not the one. Don't play with me. You know, that's the kind of vibe. This is shifting everything. Okay. So what are you just not putting up with anymore? Okay. I want to know some details. Let's dive a little deeper. Okay. What are you just not tolerating anymore? Okay. What are you not putting up with anymore? What? Ooh, okay. You want to come out? The star? Don't tell me that. The star is nice. You're not accepting anything but the best for yourself. I'll tell you that much. Sometimes we want, like I ask the question, what are we not accepting anymore? And then Spirit's going to spit out what we are only accepting. Like, it's funny. Tarot is funny that way. All right. We have the Knight of Cups. Oh, and Death. Okay. All right. You want to get serious? Here we have the Hierophant. And the bottom of the deck, everything is fine. That's just the pretending that it didn't hurt or whatever, or things are fine when they're not. All right, so I'm going to tune in. Okay, so this one did make me laugh a little bit, right? When the star came out, it's like, oh, we're not starting with the drama, we're starting with hope. Okay. We'll see. But I mean, then it hit me, right? And I feel like it's kind of the point. You're really not putting up with anything that doesn't line up with your healing, right? With your vision, with your peace. You're not tolerating people who are still stuck in survival mode when you've worked your butt off to live in alignment. So the shift is saying, like, if it's not feeding my light, it's not sitting at my table, right? It's not sitting at my table. And then we've got the Knight of Cups, Death, the Hierophant, and honestly, that's a whole emotional evolution, like right there. You're done with empty promises. You're done with people showing up all soft, but no follow through. Okay, so those people who don't, no follow through. I'm just gonna leave it at that. No follow through. Okay. You're done with that exhausting cycle. Okay. I feel like hoping someone will change, was where you kind of were. Like, I hope they'll change. It became so exhausting for you. And now you're like, you're the one that's changed. Okay. You're not hoping for someone else to change because you're the one that did the changing, right? And you were having your like death card moment here. You're not molding yourself to fit some outdated structure anymore. And that's, I'm looking at you, the Hierophant, for that one. Okay. So whether it's tradition or like any kind of old roles that you played or beliefs that you maybe even inherited that are no longer matching like your authentic and aligned truth, like you are just basically, in a nutshell, you're done living by other people's rules. Okay. You're not doing it anymore. And then of course we get everything is fine card, which, it looks like the Ten of Swords, right? And this is the final like mic drop moment from Spirit. Like, okay, let's be real. You're no longer pretending you're okay when you're breaking inside. We're not doing it. Any kind of fake smiles, pushing through, I got this energy. We are not doing that anymore. You're not you're not staying quiet to keep the peace, and you're definitely not downplaying your needs or gaslighting yourself into thinking that it's not that bad, right? So what you're no longer putting up with is, anyone or anything that dims your light, any kind of performative healing or any kind of shallow connections. Again, people who aren't really following through on promises, any tradition just for the sake of tradition. But especially, you are not pretending you're okay just to make other people feel comfortable. You've really stepped into this like amazing era. And I feel like from here on out, it's authenticity or nothing with you. Okay. And that is so friggin' powerful. Honestly, I'm loving it. So, how is my relationship with oh no, we have that. So I have some questions written down, right? I have some questions written down. And my next question was going to be, how is my relationship with myself changing? But we've already kind of seen that differently. The difference here with the way that you're either speaking to yourself and changing your beliefs. But I guess I'll shuffle and get one or two cards to see. But I feel like we've answered a little bit of that already. And I was, okay. How is your relationship with yourself changing? Okay. Maybe one more. I just like threes so much. Sometimes I can't get over it. So I got 3 T's in Turning Tides Tarot. Gotta have it. Gotta have the threes. Okay. Yeah. Page of Cups. All right. Let me tune in. Okay, so I definitely love this vibe here. And we already touched on, again, some of that internal voice that's been shifting, right? The way you talk to yourself. It's shifting big time. But I feel like for this, like this combo that's coming out right here, it's giving this like devoted energy. It's really giving some devotion. Okay. And I feel like it's you being devoted to you. So you're not just being nice to yourself, you're starting to believe that you're worth your own kindness. And that is a huge shift. I feel like you're finally giving yourself a break. You're finally giving yourself some grace. Like even when you mess up, I feel like you're being patient with yourself, with the process, with your growth. And honestly, I feel like this changes everything. The Page of Pentacles, if I break it down, it says you're showing up for yourself, right? Like this is the beginning. This is the beginning of something beautiful, okay? And it's not like, I don't know, it feels like a new part of your journey because it's not like you're trying to fix a part of you that's broken. Like, I just feel like you are ready to build something solid and really allow it to take some roots here, or like to grow some roots. And with the Six of Pentacles, like you're not overgiving to anyone, and you're not like, I think in the past here, what's going on is you may have overgiven to everyone and kind of let yourself, like, I heard the word rot, let yourself rot. You know what I mean? And like, I just feel like you're really learning how to give to you. Okay. Whether it's attention, affection, rest, forgiveness, space, it just feels like this reciprocity. It's like the new self-love language here. And with the Page of Cups, this is like the little soft part, right? This is you starting to actually like yourself, like talk to yourself gently, maybe make space for dreaming again and forgiving that parts of you that were honestly just doing their best. Okay. But now I feel like you're proud of yourself in a very real way. And I feel like that's huge. So yeah, I guess the relationship with yourself is even shifting from maybe like self-critique to compassion, right? Self-compassion, from, surviving to loving, right? Surviving yourself to loving yourself. And this is like extremely healing. Okay. This is so healing. I love it so much. I can't say that enough. I love these readings. I love our channel. I love our besties, each and every one of you that are here with me. I freaking love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Okay. Now, let's get into the next question. How is your feminine energy showing up through this whole thing? How is your feminine energy showing up through this whole thing? Because I feel like, this is the Divine Feminist, so let's get into our feminine energy here. How is your feminine energy showing up throughout this shift? Okay, come on. We want to see you. How is your feminine energy showing up? Well, there's the Queen of Cups. Quite beautiful, quite beautiful. And what do we have? The Ten of Swords. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's do this with the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Let me tune in. Okay, so this one's hitting a little deep, okay? And I'm going to be totally real. But first, let's talk about the Queen of Cups, okay? Because the Queen of Cups is pure feminine power, right? The Queen of Cups, she's soft, she's sensitive, intuitive, like very deep, very empathic, okay? Feels every single thing and loves so deep, right? But don't get it twisted, right? She's not weak, okay? So this is the kind of strength that like literally feels everything but keeps showing up anyway. Like oftentimes, Queen of Cups is that loyal to a fault, right? And again, very much can be in a lower vibe, like the overgiver, right? But your feminine energy right now, I feel like, this Queen of Cups, she's front and center. This is open-hearted, emotionally tuned in, deeply connected to your inner truth. And then boom, we had this friggin' Ten of Swords show up. And it looks dramatic, okay? It looks so dramatic, and it is, okay? It's not lying, it is. But it's honest, right? It's honest, okay? So it's showing that part of your feminine, that part of your feminine energy that has been betrayed or dismissed or shut down or silenced, the times when your sensitivity was used against you, when you gave your whole heart and got a friggin' knife in the back, in return. And that pain, is part of the story, but it's not the end of the story here. Because the Three of Wands, it's like, this tells me your feminine energy isn't staying in the hurt, in the pain. Like your feminine energy is rising, planning, envisioning more. Like your intuition isn't just feeling the pain anymore. I feel like you're sensing the future. Okay. So, you know the future is bigger and brighter and way more aligned than what you left behind. So your feminine energy, how is your feminine energy showing up right now? She's feeling it all. She's not drowning, okay? She's honoring the endings here, but she's also looking ahead. And she's realizing that this sensitivity and this softness, it really doesn't mean staying stuck. It means allowing yourself to heal and expand. So your feminine energy is becoming your compass, okay? Um, and I feel like it's friggin' powerful as hell. Honestly, it really truly is. And I have just one more question, okay, before we part ways for the day, my loves. And what new connection or opportunity is heading your way now that you have shifted, okay? So, what new connection or opportunity is heading your way now that you've shifted? Well, this one wants to come up. Oh, don't give me the Nine of Wands. Yes, we know you're the wounded warrior. We all are. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying. It's so funny. The Chariot. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's just pop you over top of that. So I have some room and I don't want to look at that anymore. Okay, the Chariot. Here we go. What's next? The High Priestess. Wow. Boom. The High Priestess. And I'm not going to sleep on that Emperor right there. Nope. Okay, let me tune into this because literally we know you're the wounded warrior. Okay, you've been through the most, right? But you're going to keep going. You aren't done yet because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas coming in, and it's good. It's good. Just because we see the Tower doesn't mean it's bad. So just let me tune in. Okay. First off, okay. So the Nine of Wands, shout out to the Nine of Wands. We know her, we love her, we are her. Okay. Still hopeful, still open. You're still standing. Okay. Yeah, you're tired. You've got the battle scars here, but honestly, it's really just a reminder that the shift is happening because you didn't give up, all right, not despite it, all right. So I feel like now Spirit's coming in hot with 4 major arcanas back to back, which is basically their way of saying pay attention, this is big. The Chariot is literally showing you the way here. This is forward momentum. This is fast changes, all right. This is you taking the wheel, right? You're not being dragged by old stories or waiting on other people to catch up. You're literally moving with this drive, this motivation, this clarity, and not to mention divine direction. And okay, the kicker, you're not moving, you're not looking back. You're not looking back at all, okay? Then we got this High Priestess, which, come on, this is you. You're fully tapped in, right? You're not chasing answers. You are the answers now, okay? Your intuition is getting louder, sharper, and you're trusting it more than ever. Also, the veil is thinner, okay? The signs are louder, and you're guided AF, right? And then Spirit drops a Tower, but like I said, do not panic. This isn't about destruction for the sake of pain. It's literally about collapsing the last thing that can't come with you. Okay. So it's any kind of final limiting belief or connection or structure or something that needs to fall away so the real you can rise. And we are going to let it fall, right? We're going to let it fall. You've got better things to build anyway, right? And then last but not least, we land on the freaking Emperor. And this is where it kind of gets juicy, right? Because the Emperor is either you stepping into this full divine masculine or divine authority, right? Leading, protecting, building something solid from your healed self, or someone showing up in your life who matches your energy. Because remember, you're the Empress, right? You're the Empress. So this could be someone who's stable, grounded, powerful, and capable of meeting you at your level, not controlling you, not rescuing you, but partnering with you, okay? So either way, hopefully it's both, okay? But either way, this is your no crumbs left era, okay? You're not settling, you're aligning. So what's coming in is a massive upgrade in your direction, okay? A deeper connection to your own intuition and the collapse of whatever was holding you back, basically. So this new opportunity, it's for you to fully stand in your power. And whether it's a new role or a divine counterpart or just the next level version of you. It's not just a shift, it's a literal rebirth. Okay. This is so friggin' beautiful. And this is how we, okay, Bessie, I mean, like, I feel like this is how we literally close a chapter and then open a new portal. So it's really gorgeous. Okay. And I love it. This shift is really going to change your relationship with everything, with everyone, and I'm here for it. So, if you are too, don't forget. I mean, if you didn't tell me your favorite ice cream in the comments, do so now because the reading is done. And I'm so curious. It's like this crazy debate on which flavor is the best. Anyways, I know this has nothing to do with ice cream, but I mean, if you are feeling like you need to go have an ice cream cone, you should probably do it. And I think maybe I will too. But yeah, anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I am super pumped for this reading. Thank you for being here. If you're new to the Divine Feminist, please be sure to subscribe so you get more empowering messages for yourself to start your day or end your day or go for a walk or whatever it is you're doing when you tune into these messages. Just, yeah, thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, loves.